Hello and welcome to season 2 of Lockoffs with me, John O'Hersey. Now, episode 1, we're going to embark the series with a 2019 Domaine Merlin Cherrier Sancerre Blanc. Now, we're at Kangaroo Beach on Kangaroo Island. We're on our third day of a buck show. My best mate, Alex Clute, congratulations. Now, while the rest of the household is a little slow, we popped down to the beach to have a glass of Sancerre and a little cheese. Now, Valerie Henbest from the Smelly Cheese Co, of course, has provided another beautiful cheese that she thinks pairs perfectly with Sancerre. Buche de Montresor. Now, it's a goat, and it would usually be an AOC cheese from Sancerre de Touraine, but due to being raw milk, Australia doesn't let it in. Now, Sancerre is based in the eastern part of the Loire Valley, about 200 to 400 metres above sea level. It's on an outcrop of chalk, the same as Chablis and Champagne, and has 3 main soil components, soil types. We've got Silex, which is more the northern half of Sancerre and near the town of Sancerre. Then there's Terre Blanche, which is also Kimmeridge Marl that we'll see in Chablis, and also Cayotte, which is pebblier, pebbles, stony, but also a mix of limestone and chalk as well. Now, Buche, where Domaine Merlin Cherrier is based, is one of the premier villages, probably alongside Chavanol, and it's got two main soils in Buche are Cayotte and Terre Blanche. Now, what they bring, Cayotte is perfume, and Terre Blanche brings more power and drive. So what we get is a wine that might not be as mineral as the wines that are completely grown on the Silex, but we get a beautiful perfume and body. Now, Thierry from Domaine Merlin Cherrier produces wines in a very classic manner. So all the attention is in the vineyard, using organic principles. Sancerre Blanc, for those that don't know, is Sauvignon Blanc, but it doesn't taste anything like the wines that we have here in Australia and New Zealand. It's much more about the soils. It's much more about drive, focus, and the wines are very long-lived if you do wish. Now, on the nose, it's this beautiful perfume. Now, in the warmer years like 2019, you do see a little bit more sort of exotic fruit, exoticism, flamboyant sort of, sort of overt perfume of pawpaw and dried pineapple and all these beautiful flavours. Now, what happens in the warmer years, you lose a bit more of that green herbaceousness. In the cooler years, you'll see a little bit more green herbaceousness and a little bit more sort of tension and minerality and liveliness. In the warmer years, they'll go to that exoticism, but sometimes without tension. 2019 was great because it actually maintained that tension. Now, the good thing about high chalk soils is they do handle the heat a little bit better. Now, on the palate, full, driven, has a little bit of baby fat, a little bit of sort of glycerol, but that does sort of dissipate and leaves a nice little sort of skeletal minerality that's really quite long and nice. Now, with the cheese, Buche de Montresor. It's relatively hard, beautiful bit of mould on the side. It's nutty, savoury. Beautiful. Makes the wine more perfumed, more defined. Brings out quite a bit of those exotic sort of tropical fruit characters, which is actually really quite nice. On the palate, it actually rids the wine of that puppy fat and shows more of its bones, more of its drive. There's absolutely nothing untoward, nothing unpleasant. It's a beautiful, beautiful combination. Not bad for a day 3 of a buck show. Now, we're going to go catch some fish.